Look at who we got, Keith.
Seven 36166
Keith, let me know when you're ready to start. Unmute. All right, we're ready to start.
Good evening. This is Keith Williams, and a familiar face is on the line today. She was been with us at a mighty long time, but she disappeared into the educational world. Dr. Rabia Reese and my co-host Laura Sigmund. Folks, the Courageous Hour is about strengthening family, and when you strengthen the family, strengthen the kids. What we try to do is get to the kids' heart so we can change their lives. And we've been at this since 2012, and we're still on the radio almost 7 years now. Me and Laura started this thing, and we continue with longevity and with stick-to-itness.
Yes, sir.
So God be the glory. It's a beautiful day out there. God is good. And Laura's got a special guest. I'm going to go to this other meeting and I'll be back. But the bottom line is we still got jobs with the sheriff's office, and we need 18-year-olds, high school diploma, female or male. We don't discriminate without a felony. And if you do that, we starting at $40,000 with benefits, 401k, tuition reimbursement, vacation, and medical insurance. So we're looking not for a job, for a career. So I'm going to turn this over to What's Up with Laura.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Keith.
My lovely friend, Rabia Reese, and Amaiya Holt.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to put on mute.
All right. We are so excited to have Dr. Rabia in because she actually snuck in between spring breaks with her FAMU. You guys in the radio land can't see what I can see, but she's got her FAMU prominently displayed on her little pane in my screen. And I think that's so awesome. All right, guys, if you're in the listening audience, I have a young lady that I'm really trying to elevate. She really doesn't need any help from me. She is doing the thing. Rabia, when I tell you the connection, you're going to be like, oh yeah, it's just that. But to our listening audience, if you're interested and you want to quiz Amaiya, you want to talk to her, here's the number. I'll give it to you twice to the radio show. You can call in live, 313-837-1340. 313-837-1340. This is, again, the Courageous Hour, and we are really excited about having an opportunity to address what we consider real-time community needs, topics, and conversations. So there are so many sponsors who believe in the work that we do at the Courageous Sports Academy, and we have this ancillary arm through our Courageous Hour to speak to our audience in the local Detroit market. If you want to participate like the other sponsors, you can always reach Keith at 313-215-4121, 313-215-4121 to find out about our programming, to maybe even consider sponsoring or mentoring some of the young people in our programs. This program and every program is brought to you because we've got fantastic sponsors. Wayne State University, we want to say thank you to them. We want to say thank you to St. Joseph Mercy Hospital. St. Joseph Mercy Hospital. We want to say thank you to DTE. We want to say thank you to Continental Foods. We want to say thank you to the Detroit Public School Systems and a variety of others who intermittently support the Courageous Sports Academy, like the Ralph Wilson Foundation and all the others, DTE Foundation. Well, without further ado, before I get to my special guest, because I'm stealing all of Keith's time in the prime, I am going to say hello to Dr. Rabia Green-Weir. Hello, lady. How are you?
Hello, I'm good.
I'm so happy to see you.
Same here. Same here.
Guys, you're in the listening audience. You know Dr. Rabia Greenweir. She's one of our own. She's been with us, though she had to transport herself down to Florida, down to Tallahassee to do what's necessary for the HBCU elevation of excellence.
Yes.
Rabia, I got to introduce you to this fantastic young lady.
Okay.
Her name is Amaiya Holt.
Yes.
And Miss Holt is a small business owner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think she's 18 years old yet.
No, I'm 17. I just turned 17.
Like, no, I'm not. But more importantly, she had a very distinguished honor just a few days ago. The National Association of Women Business Owners elevated her in this pristine year of being a classified business owner of distinction. What was that award for, Miss Amaiya?
I got the NABO Excel Young Entrepreneur Award.
She holds it up in the screen.
I love it. It's my new prized possession.
Oh, that's awesome. So without further ado, let's introduce her. Rabia, you may know her as the grandchild of Donald Snyder. Yes, girl.
Oh, God.
Legacy, girl, legacy.
Yes.
Amaiya, thank you so much for joining the show this evening. I'm so excited. I saw all the love that was being shared on that virtual praise-a-thon, because that's what it was. It was a virtual praise-a-thon for Amaiya Holt. She's got, and I've seen her in action, actually, Robbie. I've seen her in action, but I'm going to give our audience a chance to actually get to know her. And Amaiya, I'm going to first ask you, what was your inspiration for first starting a business? And then I want you to tell me where you are, what school you go to, all the other things you're balancing, and what this business is that you do. Go right ahead, talk to us.
Okay, so basically, I always kind of knew that I wanted to be a business owner. I always loved the idea of being my own boss, and that is currently what I'm doing right now. I used to want to be a teacher, and then I was like, they don't make enough money. And I was like, I want to be a lawyer. And I was like, law school. And that's not even, my mom is a teacher. I know. And I honestly think that they deserve so much more money, but that is a separate talk for a different day. Then I wanted to be a lawyer, and I was like, it's just a little bit too much schooling for me. And I was like, I am going to be a business owner. I was like, I can do all of this myself. Like, I would buy things and I'd be like, I can make that. And I know I can make that. And I had such a passion for designing and like painting and stuff. I have a bunch of paintings over on my wall. And one day my dad got a Cricut for my mom, like the Cricut machine. My mom loves crafts. And honestly, I think that's probably where I get it from, is from her love of making scrapbooks and everything. So I had always kind of thought of the name Melanin Chic. I loved it. I thought of it, I think, when I was in like middle school. And I had been thinking of this design for a long time, but I did not know how to get it out and kind of get it on paper and get it on a hoodie. So once my mom got the Cricut, it's brand new, it's lovely. I was like, I'm going to create this design like that I've been thinking about for such a long time. So I remember creating the design. It actually took a long time because it was original. And I remember cutting it out and being like, I love this. I was like, you can put this on a hoodie. And I was like, what do you mean? I immediately was like extremely excited. And she was like, well, if we get vinyl, we can go get a hoodie and we can try it out and see how you like it. And I immediately fell in love with that idea. So it was like 8:00 at night. Me and my mom are going to Five Below, trying to find some random $5 hoodie to put my design on. We went to, I think, Michael's, and we got the vinyl, and I put it on there. And I remember being so proud of myself. I was so proud that I had made this hoodie and that I designed it. And my dad, who's also very proud of everything that I do, he took a picture of me in my hoodie, and he has 5 siblings, and he sent it in his family group chat. So I honestly didn't think much of it. I was like, okay, he usually does this with pretty much any accomplishment that me and my brother have.
Mhm.
So I just kind of was happy for the moment. And then the next day, my mom was like, oh, your Auntie Wendy and your Auntie Tasha and your Tita, they all want a hoodie. And I was like, what do you mean they want a hoodie? And she was like, yeah, they want a hoodie. And I was like, with my design on it? And she was like, yeah, they do. So that weekend, it was actually over Christmas break. So I had a lot of time on my hands.
Mhm.
And honestly, I miss having that much time. I cannot wait for spring break. Um, Me and my mom are running out like all day, like, okay, I got another order. Can we go get another hoodie? And
So
I
business is blowing up. In other words, what you're saying is what started off as some inspiration, some little passion on the side. Your dad shares it
exactly,
with the family network, and they all want one, and now it's beyond the family.
exactly.
Awesome.
Exactly. And I kept up with it, and it was kind of a struggle, especially with quarantine, but quarantine kind of helped my business grow.
Mm,
And it gave me a lot of time to really focus on it, which also, when we did kind of get back into the swing of things, was a little bit of a transition for me because I
sure.
was going into my junior year. I was taking the ACT, trying to
Mhm,
start looking at colleges. So
mhm,
it
mhm.
was a bit of a struggle for me to kind of get back into it, knowing that I had a bunch of other responsibilities.
Sure.
But yeah, it started off as this little thing that I just wanted for fun. And soon my friends wanted them. My friends of my friends wanted them. People are DMing me like, hey, can I get a hoodie? And I finally created the website for it. And I was like, okay, this is real. I got my LLC. I was like, okay, this is real. I'm a real businesswoman. Like, this is official.
That is, Amaya, that warms my heart. I hope those of you in the listening audience are listening to this young lady. Tell them again the name of this business.
Melanin Chic LLC.
And what are you making? You're making personally curated, crafted designs that you are selling that elevate what?
Pride in Black culture.
I love it. I absolutely love it. If you're in the listening audience and you want to know more about how to get for you by you, excuse me for saying it, but for you by you, Amaya Holt is the like you, right? And so if you're interested in getting this and elevating this African American young woman who is on her game, I heard that you were looking at colleges, right? You're
Yes.
looking at a couple college opportunities. Well, we've got this professor in residence here, Dr. Rabia Green here, who might lean in on some of your decisions. Should you tell her what you're interested in? I heard it was Western and then where?
Either Western or DePaul University. Um, I have actually gotten based off of like merit scholarships. So my GPA so far, I've gotten $889,000 just based off of my GPA. And I applied to, I think, 10 or 11 colleges. And having to like double down on it has actually been really difficult. And I think if I went to DePaul, I would only be paying, I think, 10 a year, which is less than my current school right now. So honestly, would probably be a step up for my parents. And I am actually going to tour hopefully in a couple of weeks because I've never been to Chicago, but like almost everyone that I've talked to has been, and they said that they fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And I already toured Western. I actually went there for my tennis team. We made it to states. We went to the state championship, and that is actually where we were at. We were right by Western, so I got a glimpse of that, took a tour, and I fell in love with their business
Nothing
program.
but college town, nothing but. If you go to
Have,
Western, nothing but, right, Rabia?
have you thought about an HBCU?
I have actually, I have, I actually got into NCAT, and I am kind of waiting on their response. And I have yet to tell most of my family members, but I also got into Hampton. So
Okay. My Hampton was my mother's alma mater.
really,
So Hampton is your HBCU.
Yeah, Hampton or NCAT. My uncle went to Hampton, and my papa wants me to go to Hampton.
And
So
your
bad.
and who went to North Carolina? Is it North Carolina A&T?
Yes.
Okay. North Carolina A&T is a strong Hampton. They all are.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I think you need to go to a HBCU. But
I knew she was gonna say that. I knew she was gonna say
Yes, I honestly I wanted to. I didn't get as much money from them as I wanted to, because truly that had been like my dream was to go to an HBCU.
Mhm.
And I kind of had to like factor that in my decision. Like when I
Right.
tell you, I was looking at the diversity rates.
Well, we are
And, like,
recording this,
and
and
then,
so
like,
we will give this back to you to send to HBCUs when they see that you're on the game. I started my own business. I'm on the tennis. I play tennis. What school do you go to? You got a really high GPA, I think I heard you say, or a
Have
really
you
good
got?
GPA?
Do you want a tennis scholarship? I mean,
no,
okay.
mostly I feel like of quite a few of my friends have actually been like for sports, and I feel like the pressure to
Mhm.
continue with sports is actually really,
Take
really
away
hard.
from your business. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Look at
exactly.
that. She's got that entrepreneurial bug. Hey, Linda, here's one of your members, one of your association members. Miss Amaiya Holt was elevated as this minority person who, in the minority ranks, not meant like a millennial, started her business while in high school. She is a member or recognized by the National Association of Women Business Owners. She got that very esteemed award that she just showed a few minutes ago. So proud of this young lady.
Excellent. She got it the top 10 yesterday.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, you told me a few other accolades. What else was there that I was supposed to know about Amaiya Holt? You've got, first off, some generational influence, right, for this entrepreneurial bug. Tell us about that.
So I remember I was 5 years old when Beyond the Bling came out, my papa's first book.
And she
And
says Papa, guys, she's referring to her grandfather.
yes, yes, I've always called him Papa, always. And I mean, as a 5-year-old, I of course was not interested in anything business. I was more worried about Barbie dolls and school. And I was in AP language last year, and we had to read choice books. We had to read 500 pages of nonfiction. And my mom was like, "Oh, you can read your grandfather's book." And I was like, "Okay, I guess. I guess I will. I guess I'll read the book. I'll see what he has to say." It's not like I talk to him every single day.
Yeah.
At this point, I had already started my company. I had conversations with my grandfather. I hadn't really asked him for much advice, but I always knew that if I needed any type of advice, that he was the main person to go to.
All right.
Always. Like he doesn't say it, but I know that if I really needed to go to him and say like, "Hey, I need to figure out what to do for my company at this point," he is the man to go to.
He moved heaven and earth just for you. I'm
Yes.
pretty
Yes, he
sure about
would.
it.
Yes, he definitely would. And I love him so much for that. I really do.
Well, I want to say congratulations and thank you so much for imparting some of that little bit of love. I love the brightness that just, emanates off of you. You're full of energy. I want you to keep it going. And to hear a young person saying, yeah, I like tennis, but I really like this entrepreneurial thing. It's something new for me. That you fed my soul with that, right? And then you
Thank
said
you.
you knew early on you wanted to be your own boss, right? To the
Yes.
other people in the listening audience, if you're listening for inspiration, I think this is a great opportunity to follow Amaiya and see what she's doing. How do they do that? How do they keep up with you?
Okay, so I have my company Instagram and I have my personal Instagram. My company Instagram is Melanin Chic Shop.
Spell it out for our people who may not understand that.
Okay, so MELANINCHIC shop, which is just SHOP. And give a follow if you would like. And then my personal Instagram is Amaiya Holt, AMAIYAHOLT.
Excellent, excellent, very good. So if they want to go to the website and make a purchase and don something that's really culturally influenced by someone that looks like them, how do they get a hold of that merchandise?
Okay, so the website is also melaninchicshop.com. I can spell it out again.
Go right ahead, Mrs. Lady. Go ahead.
MELANICHICSHOP.com.
Excellent, excellent. Hey,
So now
Dr. Robbie.
I'm on your site, and so I want to make sure I have the right site. I see a black hoodie that says "Embrace Your Culture." Is that the right site? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That is awesome. Dr. Robbie, what wisdom do you want to impart to the young lady as a faculty member sitting in a collegiate body every single day? What should she start to think about that she may not have thought about from a different lens?
Well, I've taught. I came up through the PWI schools system. I now teach at a HBCU. And if you choose an HBCU, don't get all caught up in people that say or try to give you the impression that an HBCU education and an HBCU experience is inferior to a PWI. Do not get caught up in that, because statistics show that it is HBCUs that produce the most Black doctors, the most Black lawyers, the most Black chemists, the most Black architects, the most Black, whatever the discipline is, comes out of HBCUs. So keep that in mind if you choose an HBCU.
Okay.
You choose a PWI, where do you go to school now?
I go to a PWI right now. Actually, I go to Regina High School. It's in Warren.
So at PWI, you are just a number. They're not going to pour into you like an HBCU. So in a PWI, just continue to show your excellence. Show them that this melanin chic young lady deserves to be here, deserves respect, deserves to be recognized, and deserves to be honored, and deserves to be taught.
Thank you.
I don't care if you're the only one in the class. You present as that's the message you want to give your professor.
Amen.
Because in the HBCU, we look at all students like.
Check this out. Amaiya is not one to be shy. She jumped up on the platform when her grandfather was doing a debut for his book, his second book, and she was like, "Give me the mic. I got something to say." I don't really think this is going to be one of those shy ones, but she's ready to hold her own, right? You've been counseled and coached.
Yes, actually, I have been because I've gone to a PWI my entire life, which is why I really still hold my dream of going to an HBCU, even though I'm still waiting on some of the money. I am praying every day.
We're going to give you this video. HBCUs, all of those admission people, and you're looking at your scholarship lines up, and however that works, I want you to line it up so Amaiya can come and be one of yours, because guess what? She is ready to represent.
The HBCUs, unfortunately, do not have the same endowment dollars as PWIs. That's the unfortunate thing.
Yep. I hope and pray that's something different, because what I'm learning, and Amaiya, I wish I'd known different. I was afraid of HBCUs when I was ready to go to school. You couldn't talk to me about going to a Black school because I lived in a Black community. I didn't want to see more of what I already saw. I was completely brainwashed on what the experience would have been. I was totally and completely, let's just say, misguided. And after meeting people of what I consider prominence and excellence, and then learning later that they were really cultivated, planted and harvested in the HBCU, they wear a different armor. They are ready to do battle. And that to me spoke volumes. And I felt like I missed an opportunity. But I mean, I'm happy to be where I'm at. I'm happy the experiences that I've had to actually encounter. But I really do wish I'd been in a position where I could be in a competitive world with those who stand and look just like me on each side, versus me being the only one of my kind. But needless to say, we are here to give you all the accolades, because for 2022, the award ceremony has already happened. And Amaiya is the one who won her classification. I'm so proud of you. Not even out of high school yet, and she's already slayed the dragon. I think that is awesome. I hope I hope Melanin and she constantly does what it's supposed to do, and help elevate some other young ladies, women, young ladies, even older people. You don't have to be 17 thinking about a dream. She's got a fantastic wraparound support system. But guess what? If you believe it, you can achieve it. Look at what she's doing. It started with a dream. It started with a passion, and all she had to do was execute. So with that, I want to say thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me. My papa called me and was like, she wants to interview you. And I literally was ecstatic. I called my mom, I called my dad, I called every single one of my friends. And I was so excited. I was like, this is truly only the beginning for me. And I appreciate you so much. And honestly,
you're
at
welcome.
the book signing, I looked up to you so much. I was like, I want to be just like her. You were like, seemed like the boss of everyone, but in like the best way possible. And I was like, I want her confidence. Like, she literally just is everything that I want to be when I grow up.
That's awesome. You know, yours is going to develop just the way it's supposed to develop. I came out of a shell. I had to bust it wide open. So I don't have a problem doing this thing. You understand?
Mhm.
You're going to have a soft landing because you got all the right supports in the right places. And I think that's going to be absolutely phenomenal. And those coming behind you will look up to you, Amaiya, like never before across the globe. You know,
Thank
great
you.
opportunities. When they see Black excellence like you, it changes that inferiority complex that people try to always spew around the melanin in our skin. I think they're absolutely insane because you are going to do the thing and make them see you for what you really are.
Thank you.
I think that's awesome and powerful. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. I'll get you the recorded session when we are done, and make sure that your grandfather has access to it for sure.
Of course.
He's got podcasts. You've been on a radio show, broadcast. You can put it on all your social media links when you're ready.
Oh, goodness.
Good evening, lady. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Bye. And it was really nice to meet you as well.
Hey.
We'll make sure you stay connected to Dr. Reese.
Yes, definitely.
Make sure that happens.
Definitely. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Hey, Miss Linda, how's everything going on your end?
When I get through with this testing, life will be back to normal. I'm doing some changing things, which could be dangerous, but that's okay.
Rabia, what's the climate like down
It's
there?
time for a dangerous time.
Hey, sometimes they say good trouble. What's going on, Dr. Rabia? How's everything?
Everything is fine. You had asked for the temperature. So today the high was, I think, the high was 80.
Woo-wee.
Right now it's 73.
Woo-wee.
Yeah. So
I'd be in the house until 9 o'clock, I guess. It got to 66 here, and I was like, oh Lord, turn on the air. It's summertime.
Right. I remember those days when it would get warm, like, oh, this feels so good.
It's March. Like, oh, what is July gonna be like? Oh Lord. It's time for us to do a really quick station ID, and then when we come back, we'll be joined with Keith Williams and Rabia and Linda. We'll be right back.
WCHB, Royal Oak, Detroit, streaming online at WCHB1340.com. The voice of the church.
You know, Rabia, the month of March is the Women's Emphasis or Women's Appreciation or Women's History, however you choose to actually celebrate it. And I'm always happy and thankful to see when we can elevate some more women, or be it young or older, what have you. Linda, as our historian, was giving us some insight about an HBCU, Lewis College of Business, that was
I was so happy.
Yeah, right. You heard about that?
Resurrected.
Yes, you heard about that, right?
Yeah.
So
I was really hoping that it was going to go back into the old building, but I heard, maybe it wasn't structurally sound, I don't know, but I was hoping it was going to go back into that building.
Do you know, when I heard about it, I started dreaming about maybe dusting off my academic interest
Oh, you might go back?
at a HBCU and make that kind of impact. What other legacy could I leave greater than that?
Wow.
I would go tomorrow.
Wow. Okay.
If I could autopilot enough stuff, I've hired enough people, things are progressing and doing what needs to happen.
Mhm.
Let me pour into some young people
Yeah.
at a HBCU.
Yeah.
What, girl? I'm like, yes, that would be awesome. But I gotta watch the
But isn't Lewis College of Business right now only in design and art and stuff?
I don't know what the curriculum is.
I think that's his original, because the person who bought it is primarily in design and art.
Okay.
So I think that's where he's leaning, and he's partnering with CCS.
Right.
Korea.
So do you know
So-
that do you know if it would ever expand back to business curriculum?
I'm there. I'm ready. I would even go back to school and refresh myself so that I could bring them whatever I need to bring them. You know, I have real
Well,
world.
let's look at it this way. There is such a thing as the business of the arts.
There
You
is.
know,
There
artists
is.
need to make money too.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. But I want to.
And they need to understand that what they have is a that's not a word, is a marketable.
that they can monetize. Absolutely.
Yeah, that they can monetize it, and that they need to be mindful when they're pursuing their art to make sure that they're taking care of the business side of the art. So that's not necessarily, there may still be a spot for you at this time.
Well, let's go, Linda. You and I, we're gonna go to the classroom again. Is that what's gonna happen? Did she go quiet?
Yes. Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
What?
It won't be babies, Linda. It'll be grown.
I'll do workshops and seminars.
That's about as far as you're going. Okay, I feel you. All right,
Okay, I'll do workshops and seminars.
Let's talk about some current events. Linda, did you get to go to the new event that was the rebranding or new introduction of the Booker T. Washington Business Association and the National Business League and whatever the third,
whatever it is? Wait a minute. Of what? Look at my face, dear.
Whatever
it is.
I'm not looking at something is wrong with you, girl.
You know my feelings.
Did you go? Did you go? She a hot mess. And she's freezing up. So
Well,
I can't.
No, I did not. Fortunately, I had something. Wait a minute. No, it took me a while to find someone who would go. So someone that I know talked to someone else, and I'll find out from her.
They had over
person
500 people registered for the event.
That's good.
For a
I'm
spot
proud
that
of
was only going to
That's
hold
good.
250.
That's-
So it was well attended. I wasn't able to attend
That's
because
good.
I didn't want to go with just coming out of the COVID thing. That was too many people for me to feel comfortable with, but I'm dying to know what actually happened. Robbie, you were going to say something.
So the last I knew, those organizations weren't really structured well. So is this rebirth or whatever a different structure? Oh, okay. I see, Linda.
It's in the atmosphere. I think in some time it'll morph into whatever it's supposed to be, but we have to make allowance for the rebirth. We have to make allowance for them to hit the ground again and do whatever is necessary. But
did you understand that, Dr. Rabia?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
We got to make room because we need representation. You know, we absolutely have to have it.
And that's the sadness of it. We need representation. We need an organization where we know who each other are.
Mhm.
We need a place where we can pull together a lot of those resources with the courage and tenacity for what is needed on several levels for emerging businesses,
Mhm.
for
And the been-ups.
businesses that have been around for a while.
Mhm.
We need an organization that can convince many of our businesses to come out from under the counter
Yes,
in
ma'am.
order to take advantage of
ma'am.
a lot of the funding and opportunities that are out there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that will take legwork. It takes
And strong leadership, strong
leadership. I was going to say it also takes someone who's dedicated to the community and understands that this is for the betterment of the community.
I really hope, however they pull it together, that there are actual people who are really leading business institutions, business organizations, and not people who have more of a political leaning or a platform of self-branded. I don't want to say not self-promotion, but something a little bit more responsible. You know, I hope they had to make payroll. I hope, you know, they've had to grow a business and hold on to it and compete and fight for it. Because I think when you are ingrained that way, your interests align with what we need as business owners. Let me give you an example. I joined the Small Business Association of Michigan back in 2017, and felt some kind of way about it because even then I was a member of the Detroit Black Chamber. And what I could get from them and from the Chaldean Chamber of Commerce and what I can get from our alignment just didn't marry up. It just didn't marry up. Let me tell you what happened just this past month. I was able to actually join the pooled employer contribution plan. Let me explain the significance of that. As a small business owner, with the revenue levels that I have with less than 10 employees, do you know how expensive it is to actually cover a 401k plan?
Mhm.
It is almost unthought of for a small business like my own to actually be able to actively participate in 401k and offer that to my employees.
Mhm.
That's something that we hadn't heard of before, Rabia. Not only can I offer them 401k, I can join a healthcare program.
Wow.
I can have access to HR and legal representation through a chamber. That's we as Black people deserve the same thing.
That is what we need.
That's what we need. And I refuse to let the color of my skin be the only loyalty that we have in common.
Hey,
I need representation.
Laura, I'll be right with you in about 5 minutes. This is
You do your
appreciated.
thing, Keith, we got it.
Okay.
I promise you, I want.
And that's where those are things that enable smaller businesses to
grow,
obtain and grow and retain employees
and retain employees.
Maintain those personnel that they've poured into. That's our term for today, that they have trained and groomed. Now, let me show you what I can offer you to stay.
That's right.
And those are the things I say, thinking on, that's why I say, come out from under the table and you may find more things available to you.
That's right.
But we must have an organization that is not afraid to bring those things to people. And yeah, I do say afraid, because that requires that I'm going to push you beyond where you think you want to go.
Or make you connect with agencies and other operators, much like yourself, so that you can collectively learn from one another. Here's something else that I thought.
Understand that there's a big enough pie for all of us. Don't fall into the trap of letting somebody tell you the pie is only this big, and if so-and-so takes this much, then there's only this much left for you. What about, let's think that the pie grows?
How about that? And what's really great is
we accept it in other ways. Okay, I can't say that number because then you know how old I am. Okay, who knows what the rent is now? And I was talking about this earlier today. We were talking about, the $15 an hour wage. And one of the things we said, you can't even rent a 2-bedroom apartment anywhere in the country for what you would make at $15 an hour.
Right.
Let's think about that.
That's right.
And I think about what I paid for a 1-bedroom, even if I account for salary differences, it's not equal. I mean, I recounted the thing of my nephew, my great nephew, what he was paying for an apartment. Yes, he was making 5 times as much coming out of college as I did, but his rent was 10 times as much.
Exactly.
As the rent that I paid
the cost of living
umpteen,
is not
so many
comparable
years
to that
ago.
same period. That's
So
right.
who
Right.
lived better?
That's right. That's right. That's right. And you probably had more quality and better customer service and a whole lot of other things. But to what I wanted to elevate before, I think we need new blood in this new 3-tiered collaboration of whatever the league is going to do around business supports. But at the same time, I think Black business owners have to actually mandate and request what coverage we need. This SBAM is doing a legislative piece around trying to push and lobby for, check this out, EIL loan forgiveness. EIDL loan forgiveness. They're like, you know what? Based on the shutter, this and that, you know, and they sound so much like a certain party of people, but the benefits on the tail end, Dr. Robbie, make me go like, if they're going to forgive $185,000 loan, why would I not pay attention? Who's doing that? Who's doing that?
Right.
The Amaiya is coming out of school trying to run her business and do something else. Where's the support for that?
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
You know what, it's nice that you're talking about the business from a large corporation, but that's just a certain segment, a very small segment of companies who are at the stage that they are ready to access that.
Right.
Okay. What are you doing for, it's between the emerging and growth. What are you doing for the businesses in that space?
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's nice
It's
to
all
say
about,
you
it's
got
all
13.
about the resources. It's all about the
Yeah,
resources.
it's all about the resources. And what are you doing? It doesn't seem like you're harnessing the resources. You're just positioning yourself as a pass through.
Yeah, I don't need any more strutting peacocks. What I need is, and I did say it, Dr. Rabia, I don't need any more strutting peacocks. What I need is I need somebody who can make some change and make things more affordable and equitable for businesses that have been disenfranchised, make opportunities prevail for community benefits agreement where businesses who sit in the city of Detroit pay higher taxes, insurance wise, you know, you got a different tax structure. You know, the reason that I made a move to move the business from Detroit back to Romney is because as a Detroit headquartered business, I had a much larger tax burden that people don't pay any attention to. And it makes sense when I'm making all my money in Detroit, I don't mind doing my part. But if you're going to be a Detroit-based business, you need other resources to help you do that. So I'm going to segue into this piece right here. There is support. Linda, listen to this and tell all the women in your network, tell them all.
Okay, so now wait a minute, let me get a piece of paper.
It's the Buy Detroit portal on the DGC site. They have hundreds of buyers looking for suppliers. Suppliers are small business owners, and they're looking for them in IT, professional services, construction, STEM. And if you can prove that you have the capacity to invoice up to $500,000, they almost have guaranteed contracts for you. I want the chamber that will position you with joint ventures.
And that's another thing. We have to stop being afraid of the term joint venture.
That's right. That's right. Work together.
You can't be everything to everybody. At some point in time, you're gonna have to step out of that comfort zone and partner. You're gonna have to, because you can't do it by yourself. They can't do it by themselves. Okay, but together you're strong.
Can I say something?
You're breaking up, so you can try. Is he breaking up or am I breaking up? Oh, I must be the one breaking up.